What's the hardest-hitting, less lethal weapon you can legally own? We dug through the newest releases to find out, and the answers might surprise you. One of the world's most powerfully built automatic PCP air rifles, the Hudson Blitz, pairs incredible firepower with serious power to create one of the most outrageous air guns ever built. The Blitz is powered by a 580cc carbon fiber air cylinder filled to 4,350 psi. With the selector set to full auto, it can reach a cyclic rate of up to 1,000 rounds per minute, making it one of the very few production PCP air rifles with true select fire capability. An integrated pressure gauge and quick fill port make topping off the air supply quick and easy. It's not just fast, it delivers impressive power as well. Depending on the caliber, the Blitz produces up to 53 foot-pounds of energy in 22, around 73 foot-pounds in 25, and more than 150 foot-pounds in 30 caliber. That level of performance makes it suitable for small game hunting where legal, while also giving it enough stopping power to serve as a viable home defense option. To help control all that performance, Hatsan equips the Blitz with its quiet energy fully shrouded barrel, an adjustable Quattro 2-stage trigger, an ergonomic synthetic stock with an adjustable cheek rest, and Picatinny rails for optics and accessories. High-capacity detachable magazines hold up to 21 rounds depending on caliber, letting you spend more time shooting and less time reloading. Combined with its semi-auto and full auto firing modes, those high-capacity magazines make the Blitz unlike almost any other air rifle available. Designed for non-lethal self-defense, the Crosman SNR 357 replicates a revolver's look and feel while firing 177 caliber pellets. Take the SNR 357 in hand and you realize that you have a high-quality pistol with a beautiful metal finish, enhanced by a single plastic grip carrying the distinctive Crosman emblem. This is a first-class bit of kit that'll fill different aspects of shooting with its dual ammo and tactile approach to loading. The front sight blade is fixed, but the rear has both windage and height adjustment with clear lettering and signage to aid adjustment. The chamber release is easy. Simply slide the silver release button and the cylinder drops to the side, allowing access to load the cartridges. There's no need to buy separate pistols for BB or pellet because Crosman have thought of everything. One pistol, dual ammo, 6 brass cartridges, dual-colored for front-loading BBs, and a further 6 in mono brass with an insert to the rear for the pellets. So all the bases are covered. Power comes from a single 12-gram CO2 cartridge producing velocities of up to 400 feet per second. Shooters can fire in either single action for a lighter, more precise trigger pull or double action for faster follow-up shots, closely replicating the operation of a real revolver. The whole action is really smooth and the trigger pulls much lighter than you'd expect. While it's primarily intended for training and recreational shooting, its realistic revolver styling and power means some owners choose to keep it as an emergency option when no better means of defense is available. That said, it should be viewed as a last resort rather than a replacement for a purpose-built defensive firearm. Most less lethal launchers are built for civilians first and performance second. The Paradigm PTX is the other way around. This platform was designed for law enforcement and military use, and Paradigm themselves will tell you that at 60 joules, this thing is capable of lethal damage depending on what you load it with. Every PTX is hand-built using mil-spec hard anodized aluminum, stainless steel internals, a fiber-reinforced polymer chassis, fully ambidextrous controls, and M-lock attachment points. The operating system features a proprietary closed-bolt semi-automatic action with anti-chop technology and a searless, pneumatically actuated trigger capable of firing up to 6 rounds per second. The standard launcher starts at 20 joules, but install Paradigm's proprietary volumizer and output jumps all the way to 60 joules. That's 3 times the muzzle energy, transforming the PTX into one of the most powerful commercially available, less lethal launchers on the market. And then there's the range, 100 yards of effective distance. While most launchers struggle beyond 50 or 60 feet, the PTX is capable of keeping shots inside an 8-inch group at 100 yards. The PTX sends 68 caliber rounds through its patented 13-inch barrel, optimized to stabilize rubber, kinetic, pepper, and chemical projectiles at speeds of up to 617 feet per second. Pair it with the optional first focal plane optic featuring built-in ballistic drop compensation, and long-range shots become surprisingly precise. Its integrated 13 cubic inch 3000 psi air system provides an impressive 120 shot count, maintaining 350 FPS with 3.4 gram projectiles for consistent 20 joule performance. Moreover, it ships with two 15-round transparent impact-resistant magazines, so you can see exactly how many rounds you have left. The Paradigm PTX at 60 joules is about as close as a civilian can legally get to a military-grade, less lethal platform, and once you see what it can do, nothing else looks quite the same. Following requests from law enforcement, FN got to work improving ergonomics and adaptability of its 303 less lethal system. The FN 303 Tactical Less Lethal Launcher is the result of those requests. With the ability to customize the buttstock, grip, and sighting systems, you can now have a specialized launcher. To begin with, the included FN SCAR stock allows full adjustment of cheek rise, length of pull, and foldability. The 303 Tactical Less Lethal Launcher comes with a mil-spec A2 style pistol grip. The continuous Picatinny rail carries the fully adjustable polymer sights with 60 MOA of compensation. However, the rail also accepts various other sights and lights for those who prefer advanced optics. A shorter tank and compact 7.6-inch barrel establish a better balance point. As a result, the 303 has faster handling, sighting, and reduced fatigue. Upgrades to the air operating system not only help improve handling, but also cut maintenance time in half. The 303 Tactical can now fire 5,000 projectiles before the first round of maintenance is necessary. Moreover, the semi-automatic nature of the FN 303, combined with a 15-round drum magazine, provides an important advantage over single-shot or manually operated launchers. Statistics gathered from law enforcement incidents deploying less lethal devices indicate that often multiple strikes are necessary to stop a threat. This double-barrel PCP airgun is insane. At first glance, it looks like something between a sawed-off shotgun and a futuristic hand cannon, and that impression isn't far from the truth. This pistol's built for slugs, but in the 72 version, it can also fire 12-gauge birdshot loads, making it extremely versatile. The airgun weighs in at around 3 pounds, which makes it surprisingly light for the kind of power it delivers, and it comes in two main barrel configurations, a short version of about 4 inches and a longer version stretching to roughly 11 inches. The AEA Harpoon is a compact pistol, but when you pull the trigger, it delivers the kind of punch you'd expect from a big-bore air rifle. With a short 4-inch barrel, it pushes 50 caliber slugs at around 600 to 650 feet per second, delivering up to 110 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. Step up to the 11-inch barrels and you're looking at 700 to 750 FPS and a jaw-dropping 150 foot-pounds of energy. When you fire both barrels at once, the combined impact feels like you're unloading a small cannon. You can load the same cartridge with different projectiles or use specific barrels for specific calibers like 45, 50, 58, and 72. The pistol is powered by two small but high-pressure cartridges, each holding about 11 cubic centimeters of air and capable of being filled up to 5,000 psi. That's a lot of pressure in a small package. Each barrel has its own cartridge, which means you get 2 shots before you need to swap or refill. The need for a 5,000 psi fill source means you'll need the right equipment to keep it running, which not every airgunner has on hand. For enthusiasts who crave something bold and unconventional, the AEA Harpoon is an absolute blast to shoot. At around $439, it's not cheap, but for what it delivers, it's a steal in the big-bore PCP world. Built with firearm-grade components, this compact rifle delivers 55 joules of power, more than enough to stop threats and deter anyone who dares to invade your space. Out of the gate with the standard 7-inch barrel, you're hitting 55 joules of muzzle energy, which is no joke for less lethal. I chronographed it at around 400 FPS with standard 68 caliber training rounds. That's enough to drop a threat at close range or deter from afar, and it feels way more authoritative than other less lethal guns. Want more power? Swap in the optional 9-inch barrel and you're pushing up to 70 joules for some serious stopping force. At just 19 inches overall length and a featherweight 4 pounds, it's compact enough to stash in a closet or under the bed without feeling like you're lugging a full AR. The standard M17 SMG style mag holds 8+1 rounds, but if you want to stay in the game longer, the optional 25-round ADN drum has you covered. With a fresh 9CI tank, you're getting a solid 39 shots at full power before the velocity starts to dip. That's better than most CO2-powered competitors by a good 20 to 30%. Refilling is easy with a standard adapter, but fair warning, tanks aren't cheap, so keep a few on hand. The Grimberg Tyr. It's loaded with practical features: a Magpul sling mount, a Magpul MOE K2 grip XL with textured rubber for a solid grip even with gloves, a Magpul hand stop for better control, and a UTG Pro 5-inch R1 handguard with Picatinny rails to add a light, laser, or whatever else you need. For protecting your space or training for serious scenarios, the TYR keeps you in control without crossing into lethal territory. It's straightforward, dependable, and built to back you up. The X Products 308 multi-use launcher kit converts an AR-308 upper into a powerful launcher system. Simply push in the gas port and screw down the pressure tube and you're ready to launch. The MUL is exceedingly well made and guarantees to put a smile on your face. The package allows you to shoot full-size projectiles and the ability to install the X4 golf ball launcher. Depending on ball fit and blank cartridge, the X4 and the MUL can shoot a golf ball over 1,000 yards, 400 yards further than the can cannon. Projectile options are only limited by your creativity and local laws. Many customers are 3D printing projectiles, making the impossible possible. Although fun and exceedingly entertaining, the MUL needs to be treated with respect. It could be deadly if shot at any live object. The multi-use launcher retails at $499 and is compatible with any 308 patterned AR lower. This airgun's so powerful that the German government wants to ban it. The GoGun 6-Needler is an impressively engineered CO2-powered revolver that achieves a level of penetration and localized damage far beyond typical CO2 pistols. The frame and cylinder are machine-molded and finished for a utilitarian look, which keeps costs down while still feeling solid in the hand. The removable 6-shot cylinder design makes swapping loads and clearing the gun fast and easy. It runs on 12-gram CO2 cartridges and uses a valve system tuned for dart propulsion. Stock standard valve numbers from the maker put muzzle velocity around 308 feet per second. There are also high-powered valves and aftermarket upgrades shown in field tests that push velocities higher. The 6-Needler fires short, lightweight 9mm diameter darts. The darts are narrow and pointed, designed to concentrate energy on a very small area, which is why penetration tests show them behaving very differently from BBs or pellets. What makes the 6-Needler feel dangerous is how it performs in testing. Multiple reviewers have demonstrated the pistol's ability to punch through barriers that would stop ordinary airgun ammo. Video tests show the needles defeating hard targets and penetrating protective materials that would normally blunt conventional projectiles. That capability is the reason it's controversial, and the reason governments are racing to decide how the law should treat devices that are low on formal energy numbers, yet high on real-world harm potential.